Hello, guys. This is Gabriel from Los Cabos. I was born in Michoacan, uh, Mexico. So it's a town where everybody work in the farm. And so when I was little, I started working, helping at home. Sounds like 6 years old, feeding pigs, horses, cows, and so that was my life over there in Michoacan until like I was about 14 years old. But also, besides working at home, I was going to school. I was in elementary school. I finished elementary school, started middle school, and coming from work, I used to help at home. It was a routine that we had. Um, just going to school and help at home and work every weekend. For us, didn't we didn't have a day off, even holidays, because the animals, they need to be feed, they need to drink water and everything. So whoever works on the farm, they know what I'm talking about. There's no rest on a farm, and there's always things to do, you know. So when I was 14 years old, my dad decided to move to Baja California Sur, where it's Los Cabos, and so it was a big change because over there the weather is a lot different. Over here is hotter. Over here is more dusty. There are a lot of dusty roads. Our house was always dusty, and now it's a little different, a little less dusty because there are more pavement roads, more pavement streets, and the heat is the same, but like people start getting used to. So when I was in Michoacan, we used to have a TV who that was only white and black. You used to see the people white and black only on the TV. And the Mexican presidents used to say that they were undead with all the farmers, that they didn't help them enough, that like they should. My dad used to say, uh, when they gonna pay us that debt? When if they ever gonna pay that debt to the farmers? And so that was a bad situation uh, that we were just surviving over there, and two of my brothers, they went even to work to the United States. One of them just only for a while, and the other one is still living over there with his family now. Got married and have kids, and so a lot of people from Mexico, they moved to the United States to work because all these Mexican expressions has been abusing of the Mexican. They've been telling us that we own the oil for many years, that we are the owners of the oil in Mexico, and we haven't get a penny out of that. And now that I live here in Baja California Sur, I still have been, well, on the first, in the beginning, I was noticing that they were also a lot of the media has been supporting the Mexican presidents, the politicians, because they are the ones who are getting money from that oil, so they're rich people who get the contracts from the government. They are only the ones who have been getting the benefit from the government, and so the poor people have never been getting any support. And they've been a lot of frauds going on in Mexican elections. I remember was the first election that I participated in Mexico was when Carlos Salinas de Gortari became a president. Cuauhtemoc Cárdenas was the opposite, on the opposite party, the party that I was supporting, the party that I was trying to work with. and I was on the elections checking that there was not going to be a fraud. But and that night when was going on the elections, the system failed. The system where they were capturing all the votes failed, and until the next day we find out that Carlos Salinas de Gortari won. When we say, what? Everybody was supporting Cuauhtemoc Cárdenas, uh, and why Carlos Salinas de Gortari won? Well, they made a very big fraud also that year. So since then, I've been watching every election in Mexico and fraud by fraud, and so there's a lot of things that were going on, and that's why a lot of Mexican people had to leave the country to work somewhere else, and finally we had an election last year. We have now Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, and I think he's a good man, and he's working good. And before we used to, all the poor people used to go and make parades to protest against the Mexican government, and now the rich people are the ones who are going on the parades. The ex-presidents of Mexico are the ones who are going on the parade. And why? Because this new president that we have now is governing more fair, and he's given some money to the poor people, and some of the programs that he has, like single mothers, students, handicaps, elderly people, getting some money from the government. Now we finally feel like we're getting some money from the oil. Now we think that we are owners of the oil, because finally we get some money from there. And the Mexican ex-presidents, this actual president, he took some people who were the security for the families of the ex-presidents. He took them off from them, and also they don't have retirement anymore like they used to. They used to have a big retirement money. Even if they stole a lot of money, they have a lot of businesses that they got because they make some contracts on the favor of some companies, and now some of them, they work for those companies that they benefit when they were presidents, so they don't need really a retirement because they're still making a lot of money out of those companies that they give them the benefits. And so finally we got a president here in Mexico, a good one, and 80% of the people support him, and that 20% is all the ex-politicians, or the politicians who lose the elections, the media, who control all the media here in Mexico. And now the new president, he has his own channel on YouTube, and that is why it's more free for him to talk, and more fair, and because all the channels, they want money to talk good about him, and he's not giving them money, so they don't gonna talk good about him. So, and also all the people used to make a lot of frauds and contracts on the government, he let them out of the business. He let them out. He doesn't choose them. He doesn't give them contracts anymore, because they were already making a lot of frauds in the country. So I'm happy about that, and I'm trying to let people know all this, because he can be a good example for many countries. So thank you for watching this video. Keep looking my channel, watch my channel, give me a like please, and subscribe yourself, okay? Well, have a good evening. Bye.